How's it going, people? It is Liam Caddison here, and we're reacting to Lucifer as we get into episode number 5 of season 4. Yeah, after this we'll be halfway complete with season 4 of Lucifer, and, you know, given season 3 had quite a lot more episodes going for it, it is kind of weird to say that, but, hey, different networks, different rules, same quippy Lucifer, I guess. So, yeah. But this episode should be very, very interesting, given how we ended things last episode. Lucifer and Eve smooching things up, and Chloe walking in, seeing that happen. And, you know, like I said after the episode, I wouldn't blame people for having a parallel to when Lucifer saw Cain propose to Chloe. So, it will be very interesting to see where things go. But I kind of do expect a bit of a tamer reaction, given the whole debacle and the fallout of Lucifer's devil face, and things have not been really rosy between Lucifer and Chloe as of recent. So yeah, but it will be very interesting to see where things do go, as well as to follow up on Eve, because we saw her fully introduced in the last episode, and I don't know where to put my mind on her at the minute, because I don't expect her to be, you know, villainous material, especially since she has just come from heaven, and basically so far has a bit of a wild streak about her, and she's just a bit bored. So yeah, but hey, you never know, it can go from 100 to 0 real fast. So yeah, but with that said, why don't we get into episode number 5 of Lucifer season 4. Let's go.
Bollocks.
Oh
This is the answer.
What the heck?
Great. Finally have a boyfriend that actually likes to have fun.
Boyfriend?
Oh.
Hey, still not caught up on the slang.
Oh goodness. She got to Bay real fast.
Your last case was your actual last case. Are you sure that you got proper closure with Chloe?
This is it. Like, he needs to sort out those emotions, because otherwise things are going to be a bit uncomfortable. Kind of like this guy who's dead, so...
Wow.
I'm gonna take a shower. Meet me in there?
Finally, a good idea.
Seriously though, brush with your own toothbrush.
Big Ben again. Dong.
Oh!
Hi,
What do I owe this?
Oh!
Ill-timed interruption.
Lucifer. Look, I know things have been really awkward between us, but I want to fix that.
That's a
And
word
I
for
could use
it.
your help, or you could help this time.
Guys, please.
Oh shit! Oh my god! He just clocked him!
Didn't have to chase him at all. He got tired. Oh, come on. I thought that was one of my better puns. More than worthy of our
I love
final
it.
case.
Wait, what?
Well, I'm just trying to appreciate every moment of the last time we're working together. One final case to get... Why don't we go and catch this scary dude? He sounds like a worthy final killer.
Lucifer... This is it. To move on to Eve, he doesn't have to treat this like a series finale, but still,
Listen,
it's Lucifer.
got your baby gift, but, yeah, I don't think these are teething rings.
Oh.
Man of you. If I get sent to hell, then me and Lucifer can keep the party going down there.
What if... Oh... She's so determined that her and Lucifer are at the end game, but what if it isn't?
Final case. So difficult. Dougie. In the
Lucifer, you don't have
Put
to...
a siren on my car. Thank you.
The striations on the shell casings found at the scene match Marco's 9mm. I made sure
Anna's
all
on
the bases
the
recovered for you.
ball, really.
Boom.
We still have to pick him up.
Yes, until the suspect's in custody, the case isn't truly
Guys,
closed,
just
is it?
find a bloody room and talk.
Dan helped me with the record, so he's on his way to Marco's address as we speak with some unis. Nothing left for us to do now, folks, then get off.
Both pretty cool.
Alice like...
Just gave me some candy. You want some?
Dude, that's not candy, okay? That's
That's Molly. Molly? Well, that sounds fun.
No!
Yes. Yes.
Oh
it does.
no!
I don't even know if I want to be with her or not. I'm supposed to have clarity on that after finishing this case, but
He doesn't
still
want to
don't know
go.
what I bloody want.
He doesn't want. It hurts for him to go. This is the thing. It's hurting for him to feel like he has to part ways with Chloe. Yeah.
Oh, it must feel like being hugged by a Muppet. Okay. Oh my god. Oh my god. I've got someone you have to meet. This
Yeah, let's not bring Eve into.
is
Okay.
Eve.
Okay.
Yes, we have met. As in Eve, as in Adam and Eve.
Oh, she's putting two and two
Still put his
together.
name first. This is supposed to be more progressive times.
Wait, you.
This would be
Lucifer,
so
we're
different if this
together.
was season 3.
You know him. You know who he really is.
I need you to listen to me carefully.
Much as I appreciate the well-timed interruption, you can't just walk into my club.
Oh shit! How many times is he gonna get shot at this season?
Warren,
Well, yeah.
you're the guy who said the ends justify the means.
Yeah, legal means, Mace. Look, you need to think like one of us if you're gonna have a
No! You have to think like them. That is how I catch them, and that is how we'll get this guy.
This is it. Sometimes you have to go into these very risky areas, I guess. Maze has done that.
Sorry, I got you into.
On the demolition charges, Marco's unit bill. Easy as pie.
She's out. She's not. But this is a really, really tense situation.
I know. I was just trying to flesh out the bad guy, and he just ran out the bag.
I love her so much. Go on, Dan. Maze is the best.
Hi, Sergey.
What do you want? I just help people disappear. I didn't hurt anybody. Yeah.
You've seen his double face. Does it scare you?
Why would it?
I don't know.
This is it. Like,
You know,
Chloe's gonna be asking
I
herself
was
several
literally
questions.
created to be someone's wife.
I've been partying all the time, like all the time. I think I've just been looking for.
Wait a second.
Something, anything, since I lost what I had with the big guy. Now I'm
Oh my goodness! And here we go.
Dan sent this because I recognize it. He's trying to tell us that they're gonna breach from the southwest.
Is that a good thing?
It's a sign.
If we
Lovely.
get the bomb in time, then yes.
All you have to do is press this button.
This isn't gonna work.
Look, you're gonna be fine.
It has to.
Okay, you have nothing to worry
Like in
about.
terms of
The next
this is.
boyfriend of the bomb?
I am so sorry.
I just worry something's gonna go. Oh shit!
And I don't know what Marco told you, so I can't take any chances.
Okay, well, I was not. I was not going to see that come around, but here we are.
Run out of time. Like, right now.
Okay, this is not like the diagram online.
They never are. Okay.
Big guy, I know it's been a while, but I'm gonna really need a sign here.
Nice try. You're not getting in my head that easily. You're not gonna talk me down.
This really turned south real fast.
Trying to get you to the southwest corner.
Woo! Holy. Girls.
Just don't want to be partners.
You know me, detective. I go off and do something dramatic, and then I realize I'm right where I'm supposed to be.
He just goes extra all the time, and yeah. Whew.
This is all on me.
No, you want to know.
That one because I had to count on myself. Because God doesn't exist.
Oh.
Ecstasy and some cocaine. Oh, God, you smell
That's the real heaven
amazing.
for her, right? Oh, that's kind of sad, though, that she's now come to that admission he doesn't exist, but that might be the drugs as well, so...
I do too.
Yeah, and I think she genuinely cares deeply about Lucifer. And
I do
she
too.
is so protective over him. I practically had to force her to leave his side, and I think she might be good for him. I think she might be exactly what he needs.
That bravery
That's
from
the case.
Chloe.
No wonder your dad is so proud of you.
Aw, that's sweet. But you know, my dad, he
2 and 2. Angel.
Right.
It still takes a bit to... But that was really, you know, beautiful from Amenadale.
Really vulnerable when the detective's around.
What?
Oh, totally forgot. My snake costume finally arrived. You are gonna love this.
Uh-oh. I'm really worried. Eve, don't do anything nefarious because you're buying my, you know, appreciation, and if you're a good egg, then you're a good egg, okay? Just lay off. So, you've got a wild streak about you. Just don't be like your son. A piece of shit. Man, that was a different episode than the usual, because you usually have a formula, really, don't you, in terms of how this episode's going to, like, especially with the crime of the week. But this was completely different, and I liked it, as well as the fact that we got to see Lucifer in a pretty dire state. Seriously, how many times is that guy going to be shot this season? I have no idea, but it was a pretty different episode, all for a good reason, though. We saw different sides of characters, like Ella, like she was perked up, and Chloe's coming to that admission as well, which is very brave, but I just worry now that Lucifer has spoken about the vulnerability that Chloe causes around him. I just worry that Eve's going to do something bad. So that's great. I mean, it could be to the fact that she is worried because Lucifer, you know, he nearly died. And I feel like this is like one of the most vulnerable states that Lucifer has been in, because he was pretty much out of the game and was like was trying to keep himself awake and whatnot through the duration of his injury. So yeah, obviously you weren't going to worry that Lucifer was going to die, but this was a pretty like, this episode felt so different because the case was wrapped up midway through. Ella solved it, and Marco making an entrance, confirming himself to being the killer because he was trying to tie up loose ends for that robbery that he pulled. So it was very interesting to see that come around, and not just that though, but I think the big twist was the whole Leona inclusion, how she was the mastermind behind the robbery, and how she was how her and Chloe were basically sparring it off. So I thought the way that the crime of the weeks was organized was I liked it. It was completely different. It was very fresh. It had its bouts of tension, and it was a really great piece, really, because, you know, you had Lucifer vulnerable, you had Ella out of her mind, and I loved Ella in this episode. Eve was panicking, and Chloe was trying to, like, organize everything. And I like how the sandwich came into play, especially it being a signal and whatnot. So, so it was really It was really, really great this episode. I am liking Eve quite a bit. There is a part of me that's really worried regarding, is Eve going to try something treacherous because of that end bit, because you know, I don't know if Eve is going to you know, be rogue or whatever and jeopardize, like totally jeopardize her chances of going back to heaven, because Amenadale did give that warning. Not just that though, but there was a piece about the possibility of Eve going to hell, and Eve was pretty much okay with that as long as she could be with Lucifer. Now, there is two minds about how I'm going to interpret the last scene. It's either she's worried for Lucifer, and that's most likely, potentially, considering the fact, didn't have it easy this episode, and the fact that Lucifer is going back to work with Chloe, it's making things a bit nervous for Eve. So yeah, she's seeing him bleed with Chloe around, and you know, he accidentally cut himself, but no blood was coming. So him working with Chloe could, you know, potentially make her worried. And I don't know if this this could still turn her into a antagonistic force, really, because she could try and take Chloe out the picture in order to make sure that Lucifer is saved. So yeah, but there's also the possibility that I say, I think that's the main reason, like, she could take care of Chloe and, you know, save Lucifer, because I'm just trying to think about the dialogue about, you know, the potential of Eve going to hell as long as it's with Lucifer. So I feel like that could be the main, you know, well, the main catalyst. She could be very, very worried, unless she's got some kind of long con played out. The thing is she going to try and take Chloe out the picture or not? That's the main thing, because this is it. Like, I'm really liking her character, and she does admire Chloe. We're seeing that in this episode. She's admiring everyone. But she's going to look after she's going to do anything for Lucifer, it seems. And if that means, you know, taking care of Chloe, then yeah, this could, and I feel like that is a likely option because of the fact that it makes Lucifer choose the detective or Eve. So that's a really, so I feel like that's a really, really good setup in order to, like, probably push Eve to be an antagonistic force, even though she's trying to do right. Because also, what is another good thing about this show is, like, these villains, they're not as straight cut as, yeah, you know what, I'm going to take over the world. They're not as, you know, corrupt, I guess, as some of the people for Crime of the Week. The main villains of this show, they have their, like, kind of reasons, with Goddess, with Cain even. Because like Cain was a very, very interesting villain last season, and it wasn't because he wanted to, you know, like, throughout the season, it's not like he wanted to be evil just because of it. He didn't even want to become evil. He wanted to die, and there was the whole complication with Chloe, and then when it came to, like, the final few episodes, that's when things really turned from 0 to 100. So it could be another case where there's a complex area for Eve's characterization that is going to push her into that, I guess, antagonistic area. But she's only the reason why you know, she doesn't see herself as a villain is because she's trying to look out for Lucifer, but she's going to be doing nefarious stuff potentially in order to make sure that Lucifer is protected. So, but that's just currently my working theory at the minute. Just the way that she's very concerned and whatnot, and you know, there is that, like, kind of potential foreshadowing about Eve going to hell, and as long as Lucifer's dead, then it's all well and good. So, because this is it, God's not going to be too happy with the fact that Eve decided to have a little sneak out. So, yeah, but The other thing that I was really, which I don't think is likely compared to what I've just said, but I mean, Amenadale did say he was worried about, Eve's involvement because of the fact that it could turn Lucifer into the person that he once was, and this could be a reverse corruption, if that makes sense, because you have Lucifer tempting Eve, so what if Eve tempts Lucifer? So, yeah, and I do like that, but I feel like what I said before makes a lot more sense. If Chloe causes him to bleed, that could make Eve try to take out Chloe in some capacity because of the fact that she cares for Lucifer, and it's going to come to a point where Lucifer might have to choose between Chloe and Eve. So yeah, but it's going to be very interesting to see where things go with Eve, because I do like her characterization a lot, and I do love how she is trying, especially the connection with Ella and Eve, and how she was aiding Ella, who was way off her rear, and it was just so funny seeing seeing Ella just go off it. It was kind of heartbreaking as well, with the fact that she's now rejected her faith completely and has gone to the point where she has basically said that God no longer exists. So because of course this season and a bit of the last season, of course, Ella has been pushed out by she's been pushing herself out of her faith, and now it's the final nail in the coffin. And you could say that could be the drugs talking, but I think this is also coming from the heart for Ella, that this is it. This is the final nail in the coffin between me and God, and there we go. So yeah, but we had Lucifer in this episode. Like, you could tell he was trying to find ways on not ending the thing with him and Chloe, especially when Ella solved the case. So I just really loved this, though. Like, Ella was way off it in the second part of this episode, and she was on the ball in terms of solving the case by the middle of the episode. So Ella's involvement in this episode was just perfect. But yeah, you saw Lucifer and Chloe, they were just trying to find ways of not ending this partnership, and Lucifer at the end of the day admitting he's just gone extra and let's continue this partnership. But you could tell when Ella was trying to solve the case that they were trying to find loopholes, and Ella was like, but wait, there's more. So yeah, but yeah, it was just really, really great to see things play out. Yeah, I really, really loved how things went by. I loved Chloe and Amenadale's talk at the very end as well, which is something that I've actually wanted, because after the revelation, she knows that Lucifer's the devil, and earlier in this episode, she put 2 and 2 together that Eve is the first woman created. And, there was a part of me at the time thinking, I just want, Amenadale and Chloe to interact because of the fact that Amenadale is Lucifer's brother. So she's got to surely put 2 and 2 together there. And voila, we had an Amenadale and Chloe scene. And it was so great as well. Like, especially when Chloe came to the admission that Eve might be good for Lucifer, which is really, really nice for Chloe, because not only is it like not going to create any complications with how them two nearly had a thing and then episode 24 came by, but also Chloe's already stumbled, because we had a scene with Chloe and Eve which was really nice, about Eve not being fazed whatsoever by Lucifer's devil face, and I think you could see in her face that she was beating herself up about the fact that she couldn't accept Lucifer and his devil face at the time, and yet Eve was fine with it. And in this moment, with the fact that she's now seen that Eve and Lucifer are a thing, she's choosing to accept things for what they are and not wanting to create any more complications like the whole devil face situation did. So I really, really like how that is kind of like I wouldn't say a lesson learned from Chloe, but it's experience that she can take and not beat herself down about because of especially with that conversation with Eve. So yeah, but yeah, it was really, really good stuff. We had Dan and Maze as well. There seems to be a bit of a conflict as well with Dan, especially about doing the right thing or doing things the Maze way should, yeah. So Dan and Maze's bit were, I really, really do like their connectivity this season. But it's really good to have that moral, I think, thing for Dan, because he's now, you know, in the middle. He's even beating himself up as well because he didn't choose the Maze way, I guess. But honestly, I was not to see Leona become the mastermind, if anything. This, you know, putting two and two together now, it makes a lot of sense with the IDs and the why and the reason why she wanted to confront Marco in the first place, face to face, rather than, yeah. But here's the thing, because I was thinking Marco would rather want to see her face to face. Especially with how he's having everyone held hostage. He wants everything handed to him on a silver platter at this point, especially with the fact that he's got everyone's, he's got a gun to everyone's head at the minute, so, but little did I know, hey? So, yeah, but I thought this was a really great episode that, also, like, of course, as I've mentioned, explored the little bit of conflict that Lucifer was having in regards to, like, does he want to depart from Chloe or not? And obviously we knew this was not going to stick the landing, that Lucifer was not going to drag himself away from Chloe, because they're inseparable. And I just really love that moment when she just dived onto Lucifer to protect him. So, you know, that really does add a little bit of, well, I wouldn't say spice, but a little bit of kind of a like kickstart back into their like connection, because of course things have been a bit tense as of recent, and it's great that these two are finally, you know, back on good terms, I guess. So even with the fact that Chloe has kind of accepted that Eve and Lucifer yeah, she's accepted that them two might be good for each other, and yeah, so awesome stuff for this episode. Really different, and it worked out really, really well, and I'm really excited to see where things go. I'm really worried about Eve going into a very, very bad direction. Of course, she won't see herself as the villain, but for doing the right thing, because she loves Lucifer, and that love will be so passionate that she might be willing to get Chloe out the picture to make sure that Lucifer is alive and well and cannot be hurt. So, which is kind of sweet when you think about it, but it's also, you know, kind of sketchy, so yeah. But yeah, I will see you guys next time. Hope you guys enjoyed this reaction. You can check my videos on the right if you want to check out more of my content. You can also subscribe to my media feeds and channel if you want to. Hope you guys enjoyed this reaction. Hope you guys take care, and I will see you guys next time. Toodles!